So making this video on a Thursday afternoon. It's a beautiful day outside, which is why I'm out here. Although you're probably not watching this on a Thursday, it's probably some other day during the week, because these videos, I've fallen a little bit behind. I have the footage, but it's the editing process that takes me the time. So I'm a couple days behind, but I'm filming consistently, and we're gonna get all these videos out to you. But that's not what this video is about. It is about my first month or so of being self-unemployed. I think I'm gonna try to shoot this video in a way that I answer maybe some questions that you may have, and some things that I'll probably want to know in the future as to how I'm feeling right now. And the first question that I can think of is, do I miss work? And the answer to that is a very simple one. No, I don't miss work. I do miss the job a little bit, the fact that I know how to do everything and I was really good at what I was doing, but I don't miss any other aspect of it. I don't miss managing people. I don't miss commuting. I don't miss the time that was invested into it. I don't miss that. I do miss the money, of course, because it was a good amount of money that I've sacrificed in order to follow this dream. But to that, and I ask this to myself in the future and to you parents out there that have kids that are grown up, how much would you be willing to pay for the time that you missed out on with your kids? I don't know if I like the way that's phrased, because I know there's sacrifices that people need to make a living and to have money for their family to get by. But what is a day worth with your 2-year-old son? What is it worth? Is it worth the money that I'm giving up? I think it is, especially if I can try to make this work and find other sources and ways that I can be the best father that I can be, the best husband that I can be, while still generating some income. And that's sort of where YouTube falls. It's my hobby. It's my passion, and it's the thing that generates money. So it's all of these things in one, and it's just a perfect mashup of the things that are essential in life. So yeah, don't really miss work at all. I'm really enjoying this flexibility and the freedom of the schedule that I have. It is very easy though to fall into the laziness thing where, you know, today goes by, it's like, I'm not gonna make a video today, I'll make a video tomorrow. It's easy to do that, so I'm trying to force myself to try to find that little special thing like I talked about before, that little nugget of each day, and then film that and share it. And I've been doing that so far, and the response has been pretty good, and I appreciate everybody that's been following along with this journey, the people who left comments, the thumbs ups. I do appreciate all that. I usually don't ask for that stuff, but I do appreciate it. What other question do I have? Oh, here's something. Initially, when I left my job, I was thinking when I was home, I would just be so productive. Things would be crazy. I'd be making like 3 or 4 videos a day on both of my channels. Well, you and I both know that really hasn't happened. It's a lot harder than I thought it would be. Not only managing the household with trying to get everything done that I can possibly do, but also to hang out with Clark and spend time with him without always having my face in a computer and editing and doing all the stuff that's involved in that. So that takes priority, and then the video stuff kind of comes along the side. And then the reality is I can't really push the video stuff into the evening, because that's the time that I spend with my wife when she gets home. So there is a lot of time management involved, a whole lot, especially now that I'm learning to cook too, because that's taken more time than what I thought it would as well. So time management has become, at least in this first month, the biggest thing that I'm struggling with, and trying to find that balance between. Sorry about that interruption right there. My battery died mid-video. Luckily, I have 2 batteries that I rotate, and we are back in business now. So we were just talking about time management and how that's been my biggest struggle. Other questions that maybe you have for me is, do I get lonely only having Clark here during the day to pal around with? Do I miss the social aspect of being out in the actual world? And if you're wondering what I'm doing with my arms here, my little cat's up on the table. And here comes the wind, so probably not hearing anything I'm saying right now. All right, I think most of that wind's finally gone, but no, I don't really miss the social aspect of being out in the world, because I am by nature an introvert. I'm a person that works best on his own. Freaking butterfly or moth or something just flew. The cat's rubbing the camera. This has turned into a disaster. But yeah, I am an introvert. I love being by myself. I love working by myself. I love being independent, and I really thrive, and I get my energy from being by myself. And you can probably tell, and I think that's probably the same for a lot of YouTube people, considering that you're most comfortable talking to a camera and not really necessarily to other people. This is the ideal setup for me, and I think a lot of that probably came from being an only child. My life growing up was by myself. My parents were both at work during the day. I kept myself occupied through TV and Lego and video games and stuff like that. now that I think about it, sounds very familiar to my life right now. But all jokes aside, I really love being independent and working on my own. It's absolutely the best setup for me, and I think it works really well. Next question is, what's it like being a stay-at-home dad? Is it embarrassing? Well, I do feel a little weird about it when we tell people that Cody is the person that's out working and I'm the person that's staying home taking care of our son. But it's a system that works out really well for us. She's a teacher, she loves what she does, she's good at it, and she's making a change in the world. And I'm doing what I really love to do, and that is making online video. It just so happens to be something that I don't necessarily need to go to an office for. So, I don't know, I'm a little split on it, but it's a system that works well. I do feel really guilty about it. Like when Cody leaves for work during the day, I feel guilty that I get to be the person that's home with Clark. But it's kind of just the way that things worked out, and this system honestly is working a lot better than the way it was before, where I was gone pretty much all the time, and then the time that I came home I would struggle to try to get as much video stuff done as possible, which kind of hurt our family life at night. These days at nighttime I don't do any video work after Cody gets home. I do the dinner thing, and that's pretty much the end of it. I don't do any editing, I don't really do any filming at all unless it's something that we're doing together. I just want that time to be our time, and that was one of the big things with me leaving my job, because prior to this I wasn't getting home until 6 o'clock at the earliest. I was eating dinner by myself because they had already eaten before that, and it just wasn't working well. And so far this is. And I know it's a long time away, but next summer is going to be awesome because we are going to have the entire summer together, and that's really what I'm focused on, because I want to do all kinds of traveling, and we can do it as a family, which is something we wouldn't have been able to do before with my 3 weeks or 4 weeks of vacation that I had at my job. Next question is, do I ever see myself getting a job again? And the answer to that is maybe. It would have to be after Clark either goes to preschool or kindergarten, and I could see myself doing something part-time, but it would have to be something that is creative, or I can make something, or artistic, and I could limit those hours to a small number per day. I don't want to go into a full-time thing because then it takes away from the thing that I really love doing the most. The only other downside I see of doing some type of part-time work is that the thing I just mentioned, the summers where we have the whole summer blocks free, where if we wanted to travel for 2, 3, 4 weeks at a time, we wouldn't really be able to do that if I was doing a regular job, because there's no employer that's just going to let you take the summer off unless you do teaching. Basically, that's the thing to do, I guess. So the answer to that one is maybe, maybe not. It all depends. I guess if I really get bored, or if we really are desperate for the income, I'll go do it. But if things continue the way that they are on here and life just maintains its course, I'll probably just keep doing this. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I want to talk about, if there's anything else that my future me would like me to talk about now so I can reflect on that in the future. I'm trying to think if there's anything that anybody watching this would want to know, but I think I've covered everything. If you do have any other questions for me, leave me a comment down below. I'll compile those if there's enough of them. Maybe I'll do a video kind of doing like a question and answer type thing, or if there's something you want me to reflect on in the next interval, maybe we'll do like 3 months. This is 1 month into being self-unemployed, and then we'll do 3 months into self-unemployed, and we'll do like every 3 months, or we'll do like 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, year, I don't know, we'll do something like that, and we'll see how things change as time goes by. I'll just end this with a huge thank you to everybody that's been following along on this journey as this car goes by and ruins my audio. I really do appreciate everything that you guys have done for me and allowed me to get to this point where I'm at, and to have this time with my son and to follow my dream. And if you're along with me on this, I will not let you down. I'll keep the content coming, and it's just going to be a journey together.